Japan, a land of mountains and myths, of emperors and samurai, of quiet rituals and explosive change. For thousands of years, this island nation has carved its identity from isolation and innovation, tradition and transformation, from the prehistoric Jomon tribes to the Bronze Age of the Yayoi, from the rise of the shogunate to the birth of modern democracy. Japan's story is one of survival, resilience, and reinvention. Through war and peace, collapse and rebirth, isolation and globalization, the soul of Japan has endured. This is the journey of a nation unlike any other. This is the history of Japan. Hunter-gatherers first set foot on the Japanese archipelago during the Paleolithic Era, with the oldest traces of their presence dating back an astonishing 38,000 to 40,000 years ago. While Japan's acidic soil has erased much of the physical evidence, dissolving bones and leaving behind only whispers of lives once lived, archaeologists have unearthed rare and fascinating clues. Among the most striking discoveries are unique edge-ground axes, dated to over 30,000 years ago, possibly crafted by the earliest Homo sapiens to reach Japan. These early humans likely made the perilous journey by sea, braving unpredictable waters aboard primitive watercraft. Remnants of their existence echo in places like Yamashita Cave in Okinawa and Shiraho Sanetebur Cave on Ishigaki Island. But perhaps most captivating is the proof that these ancient inhabitants hunted and butchered colossal, now extinct beasts, like the towering Paleoloxodon namani, an ancient elephant species, and the formidable giant deer, Tsunomagesaros yabe, bringing the deep prehistory of Japan into sharper focus. The Jomon Period, a remarkable era of prehistoric Japan, stretches from around 13,000 BC to approximately 1000 BC. During this time, the islands were home to a predominantly hunter-gatherer society that, despite lacking agriculture, achieved an extraordinary level of cultural complexity and sedentary life. The name, Jomon, meaning cord-marked, was coined by American zoologist Edward S. Morse in 1877, after he unearthed fragments of ancient pottery unlike anything seen before. These early artisans shaped clay into ropes, coiled them into bowls or jars, and fired them in open flames, imprinting distinctive cord patterns into the moist clay before it hardened. The result was pottery that not only served a practical purpose, but carried artistic and symbolic meaning. Jomon pottery is now recognized as some of the oldest in East Asia and indeed among the oldest in the world, offering a glimpse into a civilization that thrived millennia before recorded history. The arrival of the Yayoi people from the Asian mainland marked a seismic shift in the cultural and technological landscape of the Japanese archipelago. In a matter of centuries, the age-old hunter-gatherer rhythms of the islands were swept up in the momentum of the Neolithic Revolution. Rice cultivation and metalworking, cornerstones of a new way of life, spread swiftly, transforming the very fabric of society. Long believed to have begun around 400 BC, this cultural upheaval is now understood, through radiocarbon dating, to have started as early as 1000 to 800 BC, armed with iron and bronze tools and weapons. Initially imported from China and the Korean peninsula, the Yayoi migrants radiated outward from northern Kyushu, gradually supplanting the Jomon people. But they didn't just bring metallurgy. The Yayoi introduced weaving and silk production, advanced woodworking techniques, early glassmaking, and novel architectural styles that would reshape the landscape. This cultural infusion also sparked a fusion of peoples. Genetic evidence reveals a degree of intermingling between Yayoi and Jomon, leaving behind a legacy still detectable in the genes of modern Japanese. The origin of Yayoi advancements lies firmly on the Asian mainland, but scholars still debate the mechanics of their spread. Was it mass migration? Or did existing populations adopt new technologies through cultural contact? The migration hypothesis gains support from both genetics and linguistics. Historian Hanahara Kazuro estimated that anywhere from 350 to 3,000 immigrants arrived annually from the continent. Whatever the means, the effect was clear. Japan's population exploded, likely increasing tenfold from Jomon times. By the close of the Yayoi period, population estimates range from 1 to 4 million. This period of explosive growth also brought disruption. Skeletal remains from late Jomon communities show a decline in already poor nutrition, while contemporary Yayoi sites reveal large communal structures, likely grain storehouses, hinting at agricultural abundance and early centralized planning. Alongside this abundance came increased social stratification and conflict. Segregated burial grounds and fortified settlements suggest a society increasingly divided by class and racked by tribal warfare. Over time, Yayoi clans coalesced into proto-states. The Book of Han, written in 111 AD, provides the earliest unambiguous written record of Japan, referring to it as Wa and describing it as home to over 100 separate kingdoms. By 240 AD, the Chinese Book of Wei spoke of a powerful kingdom known as Yamato, ruled by a mysterious shaman queen named Himiko, said to wield both political and spiritual authority. Himiko reportedly held sway over much of the archipelago, yet her story remains steeped in myth, and historians continue to debate the true location of Yamato and the full nature of its power. During the transformative Kofun period, Japan began to move steadily toward unification under centralized rule. The rising power of the elite was marked not by castles or crowns, but by colossal tombs, kofun, that began appearing around 250 AD. These imposing burial mounds were more than just graves. They were statements of dominance, prestige, and sacred authority. Among the most awe-inspiring is the Daizenryo Kofun, a staggering 486 meters long and shaped like a keyhole, believed to be the final resting place of Emperor Nintoku. Constructing such a monumental site required thousands of laborers working over a span of 15 years, an extraordinary feat of coordination and manpower for its time. Surrounding these tombs were hanawa, intricate clay sculptures, often depicting warriors, horses, and guardians. These figures were more than decoration. They were spiritual sentinels, silent witnesses to Japan's evolving leadership and social complexity. At the heart of Japan's early unified state stood Yamato, located in the Kinai region of central Honshu. It was from this political and spiritual center that a hereditary line of rulers, the emperors of Japan, began their reign, a dynasty that remarkably continues unbroken to this day, making it the longest reigning monarchy in the world. The Yamato rulers expanded their influence through a blend of military campaigns and diplomatic finesse. While conquest played a role, their preferred strategy was more subtle. They persuaded powerful regional leaders to submit to Yamato authority in exchange for elevated status within the imperial court. These loyal clans became known as the Uji, or noble lineages, in their quest for legitimacy and advanced knowledge. The Yamato court sought formal recognition from China, then the dominant civilization of East Asia. Chinese historical records refer to 5 successive Yamato rulers as the 5 kings of Wa, acknowledging their diplomatic outreach and growing regional prominence. It was also during this period that Japan opened itself to a wave of transformative influence. Artisans, engineers, scholars, and monks from China and the 3 kingdoms of Korea began arriving, carrying with them invaluable knowledge, writing systems, metallurgy, Confucian governance models, and Buddhist thought, laying the groundwork for Japan's classical era. Long before these written records, however, Japan was not without internal strife. Historians believe that an epic struggle once unfolded between the Yamato Federation and the rival Izumo Federation, a clash of ancient powers that likely helped shape the balance of influence long before Yamato's dominance was secured.